Hello everyone and welcome back to Frankenmuth. So, the grass field is ready. We are finally actually going to get working on the grass. So, without further ado, let's begin. So then, ladies and gents, we're starting the grass, but of course we need some equipment. So we need to check what power the tractor has got. Had a quick look in the sales, nothing interesting. Now, I've already looked at the mowers before. I was trying to decide which would be better. Obviously the Vermeer is a decent piece of equipment, but I wanted something wider. I don't know why I tried to put a license plate on here. We don't need one, and also it's not available. It says that. But anyway. So we've got the Vermeer. Now we just have to go and pick that bad boy up so that we can start with the grass. Now eventually, what I would really like is to have a bigger tractor, so we could put a set of butterfly mowers on the back and a front mower on the front, and we've got an even larger distance. Even better than that would obviously be the Krone, the big boy, but that's a bit overkill for the amount of grass we have, really. So we've still got the baler down here, not baler, the bale wrapper. I need to move that up, but we've now got the mower, so we can go up and we can get started. There are 4 jobs in this episode, so I have not shown the entirety of each job because it just takes far too long. Obviously we've got to mow. I was wondering if the sheep need hay or grass. I know that in my own private game I gave them hay, and interestingly it showed up as grass in the feed bar. So I was trying to decide whether we needed to get a tedder as well and ted this, and I said, well, you know what, the sheep don't seem to care about whether it's grass or hay, so why make our lives more difficult? So we haven't tedded it. What that also means is that we can then make silage with our lovely baler bale wrapper out of the grass that we don't need. Turns out we're going to get a lot of grass from here. This is a very, very well yielding field. The only problem with grass, though, I've noticed, is it is so bumpy to drive over. And with most of the mowers, you can get away with it, you can avoid driving over the grass. But with this one, it's quite difficult to do. Oops. Also, you'll see it later when I'm doing the windrowing. The windrower, the whole tractor is bouncing side to side constantly, which means it's quite difficult to actually get a straight windrow. It's just a challenge. The grass seems to be overly bumpy. Now, I've changed the view quite quickly. It's not very cinematic, this view. The reason I changed it is because it was becoming a pain with the side mower to try and actually not miss bits. So I needed to do this. I had to change because I don't want to miss bits of grass, but it was quite tricky. So all in all, this total episode was, let me see, it was 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's a lot of work for one grass field, but I'm pleased with the amount that we do get done. We've managed to get the grass mowed, windrowed, and baled. Next episode we're going to look at wrapping as well. This mower, we'll probably exchange it at some point once we've got a bigger tractor. We were very, very flush on money before this episode. Now we're not so flush. But with the silage, we should be okay, because obviously the silage takes a little while to turn into, the grass even takes a little while to turn into silage, but once it is silage, it's worth a lot more. And as I said, we do get a massive amount of grass from this. We've still got the small grass section as well, which is not ready yet. That we will leave until next year. Obviously it's not going to give us as much because it's not as big, but it's still a substantial amount of grass we'll get from there as well. Yeah, so I end up just using a baler. I did consider windrow and then pickup, but it's going to be better for the feeding of the animals to not just have random loose grass lying around. That is kind of the lazy way of doing it, but I didn't want to do it the lazy way. I wanted to actually feed the animals properly, so that means a full bale. A question for you guys, because I cannot work it out. This flickering screen, so I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know why that looks so bumpy as well. But yeah, the light, it's like the light is constantly flickering, and I don't really know why. It's very strange. I would understand it if I had the time on times 120 or something, but I don't. So why is the sun kind of, it's breaking through the clouds every split second? It's really weird. But anyway, that is the grass field now done, which means we need to get a windrower. We can, with the tractor we have, actually pull all of the windrows on here, but we went for something a little sensible, mainly to save money. And this I did do with a thingamabob. And you'll see now, look at that, look at the bouncing. It's mad the amount of bouncing we get. Now, admittedly, I've got all of the suspension settings turned on, but even still, do we really expect to bounce like that over the top of cut grass? Shouldn't cut grass just compact beneath the tyres instead of making us bounce like crazy? I don't really know. Now, it was a bit of a surprise, because when I was windrowing this, I was looking at the swaths and thinking, they're not that big. I'm not going to get that much grass from the field. When we bale it, it's a big shock. Looking at the size of the swaths, you wouldn't guess how much we get. If you want to take a guess now at how much we do get, go for it. I'd guess in litres, because bales can be a little bit awkward to guess because you have no idea what size bale I'm going to do. Guess in litres, I would say. I'll give you a hint. We're talking multiples of 100,000. But yeah, this bouncy job, I was already thinking when I was doing it, this is going to look horrific. I don't know why I didn't switch back into third person, to be honest. That was just a bit of a silly mistake from myself there. I should have switched into third person. But I didn't, and now you end up with bouncy cab. This is possibly going to make some people feel sick. I might have to put up a little warning before it starts. I hope not. Yeah. Let's see. It's over soon anyway. At least the first person part of it. So, it's already past midday. The mowing took quite a long time. And this then becomes the problem. See, we're still bouncing, but it doesn't look as bad in third person. But I don't think it's realistic that we would bounce that much. But this is the field almost done now. Because we ended up mowing outside the boundaries, we do get a little bit sticking out the side, but it's not a massive amount. It's not a big deal. I am really, really hating these, what did I think they were called? Not dikes. Dike is the other one. Like channels. These channels are a pain for turning round. That's why I had to do so many headlands, just to give myself enough room. And these stones, oh, they're annoying. I've got to find a way to remove the stones without editing the map. Because if I edit the map, it sometimes makes a mess with the save game. There is an objects hider mod. I might make a duplicate of this save and try using that to see if it will get rid of them. Because those stones are just stupid, and I don't know why they're there. Why would the map creator have put them in? I just don't really get it. Anyway, that's the windrowing done. So next up is a baler, although we already have a baler. Yeah, we were just checking to see if we could sell that bale wrapper for a profit. because then if we could sell it for a profit, we could possibly go with a square baler. But also I needed to know what size, because the bale wrappers tend not to be able to do the largest size bales. So if I go for the Gaul, I can't say that, Gawail, something like that, then it only does the smallest size bales, whereas the one I just took does 120s and 150s, and 150s will still fit in the wrapper, which is why we end up taking this guy. But obviously I had to buy myself some bale nets as well. And there we go. So I skipped a lot of the baling. You can see we've got a lot of bales in the field. A lot. And the reason I skipped a lot of the baling is because, as I said, there's 4 jobs in this episode. This is the 3rd one. And it was just getting a little bit too much, so I decided, you know, let's cut some of the baling out. But I do like the automatic bale drop because it slows the tractor down, and as soon as you've dropped the bale, it then lets you carry on at cruise control speed. That's really cool. I don't remember it doing that in FS22. I know there was the automatic bales stop. I can't remember if I've got that mod here on 25 and that's what's causing this, or whether it's something that Giants have built into the base game. But it's nice that I can just put it on cruise control, let it trundle along, it stops, unloads, and then carries on again without me having to touch anything. That just makes life a little bit easier. So we're on the last headland now. We'll find out pretty soon exactly how much we have in terms of grass bales and grass litres. See, it almost went into the channel there. Almost. There's a few bits on the field, straggly bits left around. I'm not going to bother picking them up. There isn't a full bale's worth, and it will just make life a bit of a headache. I don't need that extra grass, so may as well leave it, because obviously this is a grass field. We're going to cut it again, turn it into grass. If we ted it next time, then fine, we ted it, but the grass will stay there. It doesn't rot. Not like it did in Seasons in 19. Nothing rots on here, so we don't have to be concerned. We just let it stay on the field, and it will be there for the next time that we do our job. So I think there's one more bale here before we get to the end. Yeah. There's also a really annoying noise, which is the fuel. The fuel makes that annoying beep, so I do have to refill. So I just picked up those straggly bits, but that's it. Now we have to get one last piece of equipment. So we've got 79 bales and 400,000 odd. I'll put a little title up to show you. 400,000 odd litres of grass. That's a massive amount. This was because I realised that we needed a front loader. Didn't have one yet. I thought we could probably use the John Deere 7, but it turns out we can't, so we ended up with the Quickie. But I turned the Quickie into a JD, toyed with the idea of the white, and went back to the black. And then, of course, we need a bale spike to go with that. We're a bit limited on bale spike tools at the moment. I don't know if we've got tools or not. So, as I said, I had to refuel the tractor. It took a really, really long time because I've got the slower refueling mod on, and that adds so much time. This would have been refilled very quickly otherwise. So, I also bought the bale wrapper up, as you noticed. So now, what we've got to do is we've got to get ourselves some sheep and some goats. I didn't realise this was actually the smaller barn. It's only 36 guys, so I've just got 6 goats, and we're going to get 6 sheep. Reason for 6 is because they're going to breed, so I want enough room. I couldn't see how much food they take, so it's just a random guess, but we just go and grab one of these bales from the field. One of the many, many, many bales we've got. Annoyingly, the bales actually fit. They're outside the red spikes, but they're inside the little black ones. And I can't drive under here. It's too low. So we have to go from the other side, which is a bit annoying because I would have paved that bit if I knew. But turns out they don't even need a full bale. Not at this age, not with this many sheep anyway. So we've got grass, so much grass. Next time we are going to bale wrap most of that grass, I think. Yeah. So that is it then. We have got 12 sheep. Well, no we haven't. We've got 6 sheep and we've got 6 goats. And so that means we're going to get goat milk, we're going to get wool, and they should also breed soon. So the sheep breed at 8 months. The goats as well at 8 months. So actually we should get sheep and goats soon. That is very good news. For now though, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We are going to call it quits for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.